Hi everyone. This is a Pilates class where we're going to be using our foam roller. So the one that I've got here is 90 centimeters long or 36 inches. The only exercise that you need one this long for is one that involves lying lengthways on the roller so that you can fit. Otherwise, if you have a shorter roller, you can do every other part of the video with the short one. Alright, so we're going to start lying on our backs, and we're going to come into the crook lying position or the knees bent, feet flat position, and then lift your hips up and slide the roller underneath your pelvis. So when you reach down, you should be able to hold both flat ends and try and get it just below the lumbar spine. So you can feel those two sort of little bumps below the lower back, under the lower back if you like, the sacroiliac joints. If you can find those, the roller needs to be just below those so that you feel that the weight of the pelvis is resting on it, rather than being in the arch of your lower back. And then if you hold the two flat ends to just keep it from rolling out from underneath you, pull your right knee in towards your chest and slide your left leg away. Try and keep the left heel down on the ground and reach it away as you drop the right knee in. If you want to use one hand to pull that right knee in a little bit closer, that's fine too. But really, you're just trying to stretch the front of the left hip into the hip flexor there. We're only just going to do a couple of stretches to begin the class, just to warm up. And then switch sides. Slide the right heel away from you on the mat, pull the left knee in towards you, and again you can use your hand to pull that a little bit more. Try and make your straight leg quite active, so maybe pull the toes back, press down with the heel, down with the back of the thigh, back of the calf, as you get that other stretch in the left. Good. And then after that, bring both your knees in towards your chest. Hold on to the roller so that it doesn't roll away from you. And with the pelvis lifted, you should find that the knees drop maybe a little bit closer into your chest, and your lower back drops into that rounded imprint position, or the posterior pelvic tilt. Okay. And then from there, take both your legs up into the air. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower one leg down towards the ground. Inhale to lift it up, and exhale, take the second one down. We're going to start nice and slow with this exercise, the scissors. So exhale the leg down, and then inhale it up. And then with your hips lifted on the roller, it's a little bit easier to do this. You can connect your tummy muscles a little bit more because you're already in that posterior pelvic tilt. So to challenge the exercise more, we're going to start to speed the legs up. Try and keep matching your movement with your breathing. So blow the air out as you switch, and then blow the air out as you lower one foot, inhale to switch. So getting a little bit faster, but not losing your rhythm and not losing your breath. Good, and we'll go for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring both feet up into the air. From here, we're going to go into a rollover. We're using it as part of our warm-up. So the pelvis is already lifted, so a little bit of the work is done for you. On your inhale, lower the feet down, and then exhale, lift your hips up off the roller and reach the feet behind you. Hold on to the roller with both hands, take a breath, and then very slowly roll your spine back down onto the ground. Your pelvis should land on the roller, and the legs come back to 90 degrees. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale to lower the feet. Exhale to reach them up and over as you roll onto the shoulders. Keep the hands on the roller and then slowly roll your spine back down. Bring the pelvis onto it. Come back to your L shape. 1 more. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, lift the hips and reach the feet back and hold it there. Breathe in, and then exhale to slowly bring yourself all the way back down. Bring the knees into the chest from here, and then slowly roll the roller out from underneath you, bringing the pelvis back down on the ground. Okay, then taking your roller into your 2 hands, holding on the 2 flat ends, and reaching it straight up towards the ceiling. Bring your right leg into the air, so point the right foot up towards the ceiling. Take a breath, and on your exhale, bring your chin onto your chest, curl your head and shoulders off the mat, reach your roller for that right foot. Inhale the head down, and then exhale to lower it behind you as you lower the right leg down. Hover them off the ground, inhale to lift. So that's the movement. Exhale, curl up, reach your roller for the foot. Inhale, head to the mat. Exhale and lower the roller back and the leg down. Inhale and lift. 4 more. Exhale to curl up and reach. Inhale, head to the mat. Exhale, lower the leg and arms. Inhale up. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down. Exhale, arms and leg down. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, head to the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, reach. Inhale, head down. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Switching legs, bring the right foot down. Left leg straight up into the air. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, reach for the left foot. Inhale, head down. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift. And 2. Getting the breathing nice and smooth, matching your breath to your movement. 3. Exhale up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 4. 2 more. Good. Taking the roller all the way back but hovering it just above the ground. And last one. Exhaling to lower the arms and the leg. Inhaling to come all the way back up. Very nice. Okay, from there we're going to bring your knees and hips into the 90-degree position of the tabletop. And you're going to grip your roller between your knees and the arches of your feet. So try and make sure you've got a 90-degree angle and the roller and your shins are parallel to the ground. So just a nice simple ab prep to begin with. Take a breath. On your exhale, curl your shin to your chest, reach your hands forward. Inhale there, and exhale to lower down. And again, exhale, chin to chest, curl up and reach. Inhale to hold it. Exhale to release down. Now bringing in a few more sets of muscles. On your exhale, curl up and reach. Also try and squeeze the roller between your knees as you hold it. Inhale and release that squeeze. And again, chin to chest, curl up, reaching forward, squeezing the roller between the knees. Inhale to lower the head down. This time try and connect to your pelvic floor. So as you lift up and squeeze, try and connect and engage the pelvic floor at the same time. Let it go then as you release down. 3 more. Exhale, curl up and reach. Hold it as you squeeze the roller and the pelvic floor in. Inhale to lower down. 2 more. Curling up, trying to flatten the lower belly as you hold that squeeze. Inhale back to the mat. And last one. Good. And inhale to come down. Take the roller out from between the 2 feet. Well done. From there, you're going to take it and pop it underneath the feet. So you're still in the same position. Knees are bent, but now the arches of your feet are holding onto the top of the roller. So we're going to use this position to roll up into our bridge. Obviously, because the roller will tend to want to roll away, you're holding it in with the feet, meaning you're engaging the hamstrings and the backs of the thighs a lot more. So that's where you'll probably feel it. Breathe in. On your exhale, very slowly start to lift the pelvis, the lower back, the middle back, and then the upper back. Coming into your bridge position, weight bearing across your shoulder blades and in the arches of your feet. Try and get the roller just in the right position that you can hold it there. And then take a breath in and slowly roll down on your exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, exhale, rolling up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale there. And exhale, rolling down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And 1 more repetition. Breathe in. On your exhale, start to peel the spine up into the air. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale and exhale slowly down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from there, roll the roller away, straightening out the legs, finding a little stretch in the hamstrings. And then to increase that stretch a little bit more, we're going to do a roll up. So reach your arms behind you. On your inhale, lift your arms towards the ceiling, tuck your chin onto your chest. Exhale, around your spine and come all the way up over the 2 legs. And you can just fold into that nice stretch for the hamstrings and the lower back there. So feet a little bit elevated by resting on your roller. And then from here we're going to roll back down again. So reaching the arms forward, tuck the chin onto the chest. Keep that rounded shape in your upper back. Inhale to assume your movement. And slowly exhale to release all the way back down. Very nice, okay. From there we're going to roll onto your tummy. So have the roller just beyond the crown of your head. And when you reach out on either side, you should be holding the 2 flat ends with your fingertips. And try and hold it just between your fingertips, not the whole palm of the hand. So it's a very, very light hold. Forehead down on the mat. We're going to start by engaging the belly button. So lift the tummy from the ground. And then lift your whole upper body, forehead, chest, the arms, and the roller. Try and keep looking down so your chin stays tucked. And imagine that you're trying to pass the roller to someone who's just beyond your reach. So it's the length down the two sides of the body that we're working on. Take another breath and exhale, gently lower yourself back down to the ground. We're going to do 4 more just like that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift your upper body. Reaching forward like you're stretching to try and touch someone with that roller who you just can't get to. You can be only a centimeter off the ground, that's enough. 1 more inhale. Exhale to lower back down. 3 more, breathing in. Exhale to lift. Now if you want to start adding the legs as well, keep the belly button in and take the legs off the ground too, and stretch back with the feet as you reach forward with the hands on your roller. 1 more inhale there. Exhale gently back to the ground. And 2 more. Engage the lower belly before you lift. And then picking up the upper and the lower body, keeping the center on the ground. So your rib cage, your pelvis is down, and you're engaging the muscles between those 2 points. Last breath, and then release back onto the mat. And then last one. Tummy muscles in, lifting up, and keep that nice long breathing happening while you hover, while you reach. And 3, 2, 1, and gently lower back down. Pressing back onto your hands and knees. Come into a cat stretch or a child's pose. Okay, so from there we're going to stay on the hands and knees, take your roller and pop it just underneath the fronts of your ankles. So your 2 feet are sort of hanging over the other side and you're on all 4s then. So knees underneath your hips, hands directly underneath your shoulders. Alright, and so with this next exercise we're going to press into the tops of your feet or the tops of your ankles and into your hand, and we're going to lift the knees just off the ground. Try and make sure as you lift the knees that you don't shift forward. That's what your body will tend to want to do. Try and stay just behind your wrists so there's no extra pressure going through the wrists. Spread the fingers wide, use all 5 knuckles on either hand. Alright, so breathe in to prepare, and on your exhale, simply lift your knees up off the ground, but try not to move anywhere else so you haven't shifted forward or back. 1 more breath, and then gently place them back down. So the knees only need to lift 1 inch or even less. Inhale. Exhale, pick the knees up. Try not lifting too high. Hold it there for a full, another in-breath. And exhale, place the knees back down. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the knees. Keeping that beautiful posture, neutral spine, 90 degrees at the hips and knees. And gently place them back down. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the knees. Holding it there. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. And place the knees down. Good, sit back into the heels, give your wrists and your hands a rest. And then from there, swinging around into a seated position. So you're going to have the legs straight out in front of you, and the roller is going to be just resting on the fronts of your shins. So sitting up nice and tall, imagine there's a wall behind you that's keeping you in that neutral position. Rest the hands on top of the roller, chin to chest, breathe in. And on your exhale, start to peel your spine away from that imaginary wall. Start with the head, and then work your way down each vertebra 1 at a time. And simply reach your fingertips towards your toes. So the roller will facilitate that movement by rolling down your shins. You come as far forward as you're comfortable. Hold the stretch. And then on your next breath, start to stack your spine all the way back up, 1 vertebra at a time. Simply lifting your upper body, and the roller will come all the way back in. 1 more of those. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest, and then spine stretch forward, peeling your spine away from that imaginary vertical line as you find your stretch over the 2 legs. Good, take another breath, and then slowly come all the way back up, stacking the spine 1 vertebra at a time. Good, from there, take your hands onto either flat end of the roller, reach it straight out in front of you. Try and keep your shoulders down away from your ears, lift the chest, take a breath, and on your exhale, rotate to the left. Now try and keep your roller parallel to your chest as you rotate. Inhale, come back to the center, keep the chin tucked, exhale, rotating to the right. So that's the movement we're going to do. Inhale, back to the center. Keep going with your own breath, but try and be aware that it's your rib cage that's rotating, your pelvis is staying still. So that movement is happening around your waist. So from your belly button and around, those are the muscles that are doing it. If you find yourself leaning to one side, try and keep equal weight on both your sitting bones and see how much rotation you can get, how many more degrees of a twist you can create using those muscles without losing any height. Another common fault in this exercise, we start to lean back, so keep lifting the front of the chest. We'll do one more on either side. Exhaling to rotate, inhaling back to the center, good. And last one. And then inhale, come back to the center. All right, from there, keep holding the roller out in front of you. And now inhale, take it up above your head. Good, exhale, twisting again, doesn't matter which way you go. Inhale, come back to the center, keep lifting through the chest. Exhale, twisting the other way. Inhale, coming back to the center. Two more in either direction, keeping that roller directly over the crown of your head and still feeling like that movement is happening around your waist, so it's your rib cage as you're rotating. Good, try and not hunch the shoulders up. One more in either direction. Very nice. And exhale to twist. Inhale back to the center and then place the roller back down on your shins and roll forward. And then from there, making sure you're somewhere close to the top of your mat, we're going to go into a full roll down. So starting from your forward fold, bring your hands onto the two flat ends, lift your roller, and then start to roll back. So keep your chin on your chest, bring your roller with you, and slowly roll yourself back down onto the mat, taking it all the way back to finish. And then inhale, lift your roller up, bring your chin onto your chest, and then continue with that movement, rolling up and over the legs. Once you can let it rest on your shins, do that, coming into your forward fold. You're going to do 3 more of those, bringing the roller with you. Inhale to start your movement, slowly exhale, coming all the way down. And then inhale, lift the roller, bring your chin onto your chest, exhale, reach it forward and come all the way up and over the 2 legs. 2 more. Inhale, take hold of the 2 flat ends and bring it with you, slowly descending onto your mat. Inhale, lead with the roller, and then continue with the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, folding over the legs. And last one. Good, and then from there you can roll yourself all the way down onto your back again. Okay, so we're going to come back into our tabletop position again with the roller between your knees and your feet. So making that 90-degree angle and then gripping it just between the knees and the arches of your feet. Try not to have too much roller out the front, let it go beyond the feet rather. From here, we're going to go into our 100. So we're going to hold the legs in that position. Take a breath in, curl your head and shoulders up and reach your arms forward. And then start to pump your arms up and down, sniffing for 5 pumps and blowing out for 5. So trying to get the rhythm right, either a 4 or a 5 or a 6 pulse inhale and the same for an exhale. Everything else is staying still. You're moving from your shoulders, elbows, wrists and fingers are straight, and you're trying to keep those tummy muscles from doming, so keep flattening across the belly. Chin is tucked, you're looking down through the 2 legs. If your legs are wobbling about, try and keep them as still as possible. Maybe grip the roller between the knees if you can. And again, we're going to carry on for another 20 pulses. And then from there, pause, bring your knees into your chest, take the roller out from between the 2 legs. Okay. So from here, we're going to roll around onto your tummy again. Actually, before we do that, while we're in this position, come back to your 90-degree position, the tabletop with the legs, bring the roller there. We're going to just do a little rotation while we're here. So 2 arms out to either side. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, roll to the left. So take the roller all the way over, as far as you can, without letting your right shoulder blade leave the ground. Inhale, come back to the center. And then continue your roll to the other side. So your straightforward rotational exercise, we do this in most classes. Sometimes it's nice to just have something to hold between the legs because it encourages them to move as one unit. So you can feel your pelvis rolling side to side. You're trying to keep the chest open, the shoulder blades down. And this is part effort and part stretch and mobility. other side. Very nice. And then come back to the center. Okay, so now we're going to roll onto your tummies. Again, you're going to have the roller beyond the crown of your head. You're going to lay down on your front, reaching your two arms forward, and you're going to place them on top of your roller with your fingers forward and your thumbs up, as if you were shaking someone's hand with both arms. Alright, then lower your forehead towards the ground. The first action you're going to do is slide your shoulder blades down your back, away from your ears. And as that happens, it should feel like your arms get a bit shorter and the roller rolls in towards you a little bit. Now start to press into the roller with the two arms. Lift your forehead and chest, and then keep going with that same action. Squeeze the shoulder blades down away from your ears and together, but a little bit more pressure into the roller brings you up into the swan dive. Sorry, I forget the name of it. Take another breath here, and then slowly exhale, unpeeling your spine back onto the mat as you reach forward with the fingertips, bringing your forehead down. Inhale there, and again exhale, lift the head, and then squeeze your shoulder blades down away from your ears, enough to start to lift your upper body into that little curve. Bit of extension there, breathe in, and then exhale, slowly roll the roller away, bringing yourself all the way back down. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, exhale to squeeze your shoulder blades together and down, coming into a nice upper back extension. Hold it there, and then exhale, reach the arms away, coming all the way down. Inhale. Exhale to pull the roller in towards you. Good, using the power in the upper back, and then slowly slide it away again. And last one. And then take it all the way down and reach it away. Very nice. Okay, from there coming up onto your hands and knees. And then this time you're going to take the roller and pop it just underneath the tops of your knees. So it's just below your knees, on the very top of your shin. Your hands are down on the ground, pressing through all 10 knuckles in your 4-point kneeling position. So the action that we're going to try and do here is to pull our knees right up into us, but at the same time as doing almost like a cat stretch, where you're sort of rounding your spine, creating space to bring the knees in. So I may not demonstrate this very well, but hopefully you'll feel where the effort should be when you do it. So on your exhale, roll the roller in towards you and pull your knees up into your chest, and then take it away. We're only going to do 2 more. So again, round and try and pull your knees in, lifting up, and then take the roller back to where you started. And then last one, press into the hands, lift the knees right up in towards you, and then take the legs all the way back. Okay, hopefully you felt that kind of pulling in action using the tummy muscles to get the knees right up onto the chest. So going the opposite direction now, you're going to take the roller back underneath the ankles, so just above the foot, so the foot is hanging over the other side. And from here we're going to try and roll all the way back into our full plank. The main thing that I want you to watch for is that you don't go so far back that you start to dip in the lower back. So you don't necessarily have to straighten the legs completely. So we're going to start with that exercise we did previously. Take a breath, and on your exhale, lift your knees just off the ground. Now try and not shift forward with your upper body. Keep your shoulders over the heels of your hands and slowly roll the roller away from you. You can hear the effort in my voice. Keeping the tummy muscles in, keeping the pelvis lifted, and then pull it all the way back in and place your knees just down on the ground. Alright, so again, inhale, exhale to lift the knees, and then slowly start to straighten the legs, taking the roller back. Find your full plank, make it a nice solid one. Press into the 2 hands, breathe in, and then exhale, pull the knees back in and gently place them back on the mat. Let's try 3 more. Inhale, exhale, lift the knees, take them slowly back. Again, doesn't have to be totally straight. Find your full plank, hold it for a breath, keep the belly in, and then pull the knees back in, place them onto the ground. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, lifting the knees, sliding the roller back or rolling it back by straightening the knees. Hold it there, breathe in, exhale, pull them in and lower them down. And last one, inhale, exhale, lift the knees, take the roller back, find your full plank, work on it, press the ground away with the 2 hands, And then roll it all the way back in and gently place the knees down. Well done. Okay, from full plank, we're going to go into a side plank variation. So if you come and rest on your, for me it's my left hand side, I'm going to have my left elbow more or less below my left shoulder and the forearm down. The two legs are going to be straight and they're going to be staggered one in front of the other, and it doesn't really matter which foot is in front for this one, so you can decide. Your other hand, your free hand, can either be on the ground to help you lift up, or if you don't need it there, it can be on your waist. Alright, make the legs active, squeeze the kneecaps in, really engage the quads, pull the toes back, make the feet active, and that'll help. Breathe in. On your exhale, press into that bottom elbow and lift your two hips. Hold it there for an inhale, and exhale, gently placing down. We're doing 4. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the hips. Keep those legs straight if you can. Breathe in. Exhale, place the hips back down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale to lift the pelvis off the ground, pressing into that bottom elbow. And exhale, gently bring it down again. And last one. Inhale. Exhale and lift. Hold it there for an in-breath. Exhale and pop it back down. Okay, switching around to the second side. So whichever leg you just had in front, switch it around obviously. Again, make sure your elbow is directly below your shoulder or maybe a tiny bit further up the mat so that when you lift, it's in a good placement. Make the legs strong, pull the knees in, pull the toes back, and ready for second round. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips into the air. Take a breath in, and exhale, gently place them down. That's 1. Breathe in. Exhale and lift. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale and lower. 2. 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale and lift. Breathe in. Exhale and place the hips back down. And last one. Keep those legs nice and strong. Keep them straight as you lift. Press into that bottom elbow. And then slowly bring them all the way back down. Well done. Okay. From there, coming into a kneeling position, we're going to take your left leg all the way out to the left-hand side, lining up the arch of that foot with your right knee. Your right hand is going to be on the roller. So try and get into a position that is not going to roll away, but when you lean onto it, that arm is more or less vertical. Okay, left hand is just on your waist. So when you're ready, leaning into the right hand, lift that left leg off the ground and hold it there. From here, we're going to do 10 small hip circles. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently pop the foot down. Now we're going to do 6 lifts of that leg. So bring it all the way up parallel to the floor. Take it down and tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very nice. Okay, keeping it simple. Switch over to the other side. Right leg out, lining up the arch of the foot with the left knee. The roller is going to be under the left side, left hand this time, right hand on the waist. When you're ready, lean into it and lift that right foot. And then keeping it as high as you can, going for your circles. Good, 10 of them. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently pop it down and then lift it straight back up again using those glutes for 6. Good. 3, 4, 5, and last one, 6. Very nice. Okay, so from here we're going to roll, we're going to lay down on our roller lengthways. So you're going to place it down the midline of your mat. So this is where you need the 90 centimeter one. So you're going to sit on one end, making sure your hips are right on the end, and then roll your spine all the way down. Your head should land on the other end. Okay, so with your knees bent, take a couple of breaths just to feel what the roller feels like underneath your spine. So you can allow your shoulder blades to sort of drape back and around it. Your arms can just rest on the ground. You should feel the weight of the pelvis, the rib cage, and the head, with a little gap between your lower back and your neck. So if we start by just doing a simple ab prep here, draw your belly button in, maybe even do a pelvic tilt if you like, flattening the lower back into the roller, but bring your chin to your chest, curl your head and shoulders up and reach the arms forward, and then inhale to lower back down, just getting used to the balance without the hands there to support you. 5 of those. Exhale, curling up, Inhaling down, 2 more. And the last one. Now hold it there. Keep your chin on your chest, keep looking forward. Inhale, take your arms up towards the ceiling without letting your head get any further back. And inhale, exhale, bring them down. Inhale, arms up, keep the chin on the chest, keep looking forward. Exhale, bring them down. 3 more. Keep flattening across the lower tummy, pulling the belly button in towards your spine. And last one. And then slowly lower yourself all the way back down. From there, we're going to roll up into a bridge. So maybe pull your heels in a little bit closer towards you for the control. Press into the feet, and then slowly lift the pelvis, followed by the lower back, middle of the back, and upper back into the air. Inhale there, and then slowly exhale, rolling back down. And you can really feel each section of the spine landing back on the roller more so than you can on the ground. Good, 1 more of those. Inhale, exhale, rolling the spine up. Inhale at the top, and exhale, rolling all the way back down. Okay, now we're going to play around with some lifting of the feet. So try and bring your right knee to 90 degrees. Right knee to 90, and then take your left arm up towards the ceiling. So in this position, connect to the muscles in the front of your tummy. So draw the belly button in, keep the rib cage in. Try and press towards the roller so you can feel that alignment. And then take a breath, and as you exhale, reach the arm back and kick the leg forward. Inhale, bring them both back to starting position. 5 of those. So making sure that your movement is smooth, not rushed, but at the same time allowing for any wobbles or any adjusting for balance. And last one. Good, and bring the hand down, bring the leg down. Swapping over, but taking your time to find your alignment on the second side. So left knee to 90 degrees, right arm up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, kick the leg forward, reach the arm back, and inhale back up. Good. And last one. And then take the hand and the leg back down. Okay, so next we're going to try and bring both our legs up into the tabletop position. So obviously you need your hands down on the ground for this for a bit of support. Come into the pelvic tilt, flatten the lower back into your roller. Bring one leg and then the second leg up to your 90 degrees. And get a sense of balance there. And then to add a little bit of movement to that, to add to the challenge, allow one knee to drop towards your chest. Take the other foot towards the ground, so the toe tap. Tap your toe off the mat and bring it in. And as you do that, switch legs. So one leg's coming in towards you, one leg's moving away. Start very, very slow so that you've got time to adjust to any wobbling. So balance is your primary focus to begin with. And then when you feel a little bit more stable, you can start to move a little bit quicker. And obviously try and match your breath to your movement. So you're exhaling as you reach the leg down, inhaling to switch. And another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring the knees in towards you. Good. Okay, and the last exercise we're going to do lying this way on the roller. We're going to start sitting up. It's the challenge one. So we're going to be doing a roll down and a roll up. So starting in this position, knees bent, reaching the arm straight out ahead of you. Take a breath. And then exhale around your spine and try and slowly lower yourself down onto the roller, one vertebra at a time, just reaching the arms back to finish. Now inhale, lift the arms, tuck your chin to your chest, blow the air out and roll yourself all the way back up. That may not have happened the way you wanted it to. I'm going to give it 2 more tries to get it right. The key is obviously to keep the feet on the ground because that's your only connection to the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly round your spine, rolling yourself all the way down. And that might be the main part of this exercise that you work on. Just pull yourself up any other way. Otherwise, exhale, reaching forward and do your full roll up. 1 more, inhale. Exhale to round. Slowly bringing yourself all the way down. Arms back. And then inhale, arms up, chin to chest. Blow the air out and come all the way up to your neutral spine. Well done. Okay, so there's enough time to do a little bit of rolling in a more relaxing way now. So if you bring your roller sort of horizontally across your mat, and then pick a spot somewhere in the middle of your thoracic spine, so sort of the bra strap area or just around the shoulder blades. Bring that area onto the roller. Take your hands behind your head. Make sure you're supporting the weight of your head so your neck is not straining, and gently arch back over your roller. Allow your elbows to fall out to the side. And what I normally tend to do is move down the mat so the roller goes up incrementally, and do that same thing, just finding a little bit of extension in your upper back, starting off with your hips down on the ground, just to get that passive movement, passive extension. And then as soon as you feel ready, obviously you can press into the feet, lift your hips, and then use the roller the more traditional way to really get into some of those muscles. And if you're going up around the shoulder blades, it can be helpful to bring the elbows together in front of your face. So that helps to protract your shoulder blades and get more access to those muscles down either side of the spine. And obviously if one side's a bit stiffer, you can lean to that side or lean the other way. Okay, so I'll switch off the video now and I'll let you spend the next couple of minutes rolling wherever it feels tight. Thanks for joining me.